Live to Ride started in 2009. I've been involved for 15 years. And essentially, we're just getting youth out that perhaps have never been on a bike. And they have an opportunity to learn about bike maintenance, learn about bikes, how to ride safe and take risks in a safe manner. You get to have perseverance and grit and determination. You have to set goals. And with that, get together as a group in a parking lot. We talk about what the objectives and the goals are in a safe manner. And then we set our directive. We head out. We watch these youth really lean into feeling a little uncomfortable on the ride up. They learn about the sport, and then they get to ride down and enjoy the down. There's a parallel to life. Life is not all great things. You have some good days, some less good days, and mountain biking is similar, where you have that ride up and you have to feel uncomfortable. And when you get to the top, you get to enjoy that down. And so there's lots of learning and perseverance that comes along with that.
Before actually getting to know Elevation Outdoors and even moving here to Kelowna from my home country, I never ridden a bike before. So when I got to Elevation Outdoors, the first thing that they told me that they were going to bike, and I felt like, whoa, never biked before. What am I going to do? So I just reached out to one of the volunteers on Elevation and I told them that I want to just learn the basics of getting on a bike. Even though it starts from beginner to intermediate levels, everyone with like every different experience was in this group. I started learning new stuff on my bike, like standing on my bike, going down hills, beating berms. It just felt amazing that I'm actually doing this. Even though at first it felt hard and I felt very challenged and I felt like I was trying to beat like this fear and like kind of stay confident on my bike, but the fear of messing up was always like there for me. But so the rule of Elevation Outdoors and like Live to Ride was actually to beat this fear and make me feel like I can do it. Like I have the ability and the capacity to be on my bike with no fear. And then after I did that, we had a trip of 80 kilometers to Penticton to be on a bike, which I completed 50 kilometers out of these 80. And it was only after a week of me learning how to be on a bike.
The skills that the youth learn at this Live to Ride, it's really for life, right? These are skills about perseverance. It's resiliency, how to fall off your bike, get up, dust yourself off, and keep on going.
Definitely scary the first few times, but I never felt unsafe. Like I always knew the program leads they were very responsible, I guess is a good way to put it, and never made me feel unsafe or like I had to try something I wasn't comfortable with. Definitely before I joined any programs with Elevation Outdoors, like I was pretty quiet, kept to myself, and like I was referred through my clinician. So it was really helpful with like my mood and being able to get outside and building those connections. Like because before that, I pretty much would only talk to like a handful of people that I've known since I moved to Kelowna like 10 years ago. And now after these programs, I've built and maintained relationships with people and have still kept in touch today.
3 years ago, we had the opportunity to start giving bikes to the youth. And as you can imagine, the kids come out for 7 weeks. They learn all these skills. We send them home out a bike. Now we have the opportunity to actually connect the youth with their own bike. Super important so that life skill then has an opportunity to use those bikes for a long time.
The fact that we all got to keep our bikes was actually a very big thing because Elevation Outdoors always worked on like providing for the people and the youth that actually cannot like have a bike of their own, and giving them this opportunity, like this bike, it actually starts so many like opportunities and like paths for these youth. And for me, one of like my aspirations in the future is actually just be like at least a pro mountain biking and maybe like work with an organization of mountain biking, which is, I know that Elevation Outdoors gave me this head start for me using my own bike and the equipment that they gave me. So it was just amazing that we got to keep our own equipment after the program.
Going into it, I knew I'd be able to borrow a bike, but actually finding out that I'd get to keep the bike that I learned all of it on was huge. It's let me be able to keep mountain biking, and yeah, I just never thought I'd be able to have that happen.
It takes a village. You know, ultimately, there's volunteers, there's staff, there's a bunch of gear that has to come about through bike manufacturers, local bike shops, donors that give, and other volunteers, and where we ride. You know, Big White, Crawford, Knox, these are all local riding trails. It takes, you know, a huge amount of people that volunteer to build those trails and those trail systems. So, you know, thank you to all.
The fact that I am an immigrant and I like someone who didn't have these opportunities back in their home country back when I was young, it actually opens my eyes more on like actually giving back to like this community and influence on more people to join and just start new paths with Elevation Outdoors. That's why I believe that volunteering will be basically me giving back what I have been given before in Elevation.
I would just say thank you to everyone who put this on for me and everyone else. I know a lot of people have found it really helpful, myself included. It's given me a reason for a lot of things, and just even to be here today to get to share this with other people.